A SA women-owned taxi group operating in Cape Town is looking to offer safer transport, which also takes into account our climate change goals. The Green Cab is planning to operate a fully electric fleet. The business employs women, providing them with a dignified livelihood. Joining us to talk more on this is Green Cab Co-Founder Amiene van der Merwe. Amiene, good evening and thank you very much for joining us.
It's such a pleasure. Good evening, Nomfundo. Lovely to be with you.
No, it's lovely to have you with us. What an initiative, Amiene. Not only are you looking to address the safety concerns around public transport, you're also empowering women and also contributing positively towards our sustainable development goal on climate change. Just talk to us about Green Cab and its mission.
Wonderful. Yeah, very much as the name suggests, we're going to be launching fully electric vehicles. We being 5 women who started this business about 10 years ago already, we were just waiting for electric vehicles to come onto the scene in South Africa. So when we started initially, we went the extra mile to green our footprint with various technologies, greening technologies. And we've got twin driving forces, namely the ecological crisis. Obviously, that is where, in terms of the climate crisis, transport is where the rubber hits the road. About 25% of all urban greenhouse gas emissions is attributable to the transport sector. And then the other passion, and it's very much part of our DNA being, 5 women founders, is gender-based violence, which is obviously epidemic scale in South Africa. And we believe women should have access to independent economic mobility. So, yeah, that's us in a nutshell.
Most certainly, and that particular one, when you speak of independence of women, they're amongst the most vulnerable in society, and many experts have stressed that particular important fact, that financial independence plays a great role in breaking away from an abusive environment. So just talk us through this, particularly because it's closest to your heart because of a story that you yourself have experienced, a particular difficult ordeal, in fact.
Yeah, Nomfundo, during the course of this 8 minutes, an average of 26, every 26 seconds, a woman is violated in South Africa. So a good 18 women would have been raped, during the course of this interview. So that story is very close to our heart. Myself, like many other women in South Africa, have experienced gender-based violence firsthand. And yes, that's why it is extremely important for us to allow opportunities for women to be gainfully employed and have a dignified earning opportunity that then makes them less vulnerable for gender-based violence.
And then that transition from the normal vehicles to fully electric. I mean, many business people would be quite apprehensive to make that move because they'd assume it's quite heavy on the pocket. How has that transition been?
Yes, absolutely. Nomfundo, we're now spoiled for choice in South Africa, be it that they're still very expensive vehicles, and we hope that the government will so-called come to the party to drop or lower some of our import duties, because it is quite expensive. However, your maintenance cost and your operating cost, which is obviously, one of the key factors in operating a transport business, is significantly lower. We're talking close on 70% less than for an ICE, an internal combustion engine vehicle. And also, in a way, we are buying 1.5 vehicles forward, because we'll be operating that vehicle for a longer time than what we would have operated in a regular petrol or diesel vehicle. So already the economics is making sense, and that's even before we have price parity. So we're looking forward to there being price parity. When an electric vehicle is the same cost as a combustion engine vehicle, then it's a no-brainer. Everybody will go green in our sector.
Now, I mean, more females in the e-hailing industry is a welcome move for us commuters in particular, but we cannot shy away from the conversation of driver safety because drivers continue to be targeted by criminals. How do you ensure your drivers are safe working their very long shifts?
So, Nomfundo, that is a very valid question, and we get that a lot, you can imagine. And just because it is a fact in South Africa that women drivers and riders in particular are not safe, obviously doesn't mean that we shouldn't be doing it. So we have engaged a particular app. We believe that there's close synergy with an app called Chauffeur. We'll be the green button on that, hopefully, going forward. And then more importantly, plug women into corporate service opportunities and, as we call it, preferred, which makes it safe, ranking opportunities. So that means that the riders will be known. They will either be women only, and additionally with corporates, there is a known rider tied to a particular corporate, and our women will not be sitting on the road waiting for work. They'll be plugged into those opportunities. So that will also increase their safety.
Oh, no, this sounds very wonderful. Amiene, thank you very much for your time this evening. That was Amiene van der Merwe. She's the Green Cab MD.